I'm Deshaymond, and this is the story of More. More? Oh my gosh, I love this record so much. It was my first release, and it was my first release for so many reasons, but one of the main reasons is about 10 years ago, I About 10 years ago, I drove with my best friend when she took a new job with the government in Philadelphia. And, she was moving away from Atlanta, and, we drove through the mountains, and it was such a great ride, and we had such a good time. We got lost in West Virginia, the Purple Hills of West Virginia, and we went through this tunnel that we didn't know where we were. But luckily nothing happened to us. It was broad daylight, but we had such a good time, and we got to her apartment, and it was so beautiful. The neighborhood was so awesome. She lived in Chestnut Hill, and if anyone's familiar with Philadelphia, Chestnut Hill is a pretty upscale, quiet, lovely neighborhood in Philly. So cool. But she was just so happy, and she's like, would you make me a gumbo? And I'm like, cool, let's go get the stuff for it. So we got all the ingredients for the gumbo, and we realized that we forgot cayenne pepper. So she's like, don't worry about it. There was a Pathmark right across the street. She went across the street to Pathmark. She was gone maybe 10 to 15 minutes at the most. And I'm stirring the gumbo, or stirring the roux for the gumbo, and just making it. And I remember in my head, okay, it just needs to get a little browner, just a little more. And I'm stirring that gumbo, doing what I gotta do, and the words just came to me. The lyrics just started coming to me. So she had a pen and a pad, because she's always adding up numbers and making notes all the time. She had a pen and a pad right on the breakfast bar, and I just start writing them down. And it was like, you give me so much, I couldn't complain if I wanted to. So the words just started coming, and the melodies were coming. Usually when I get songs, the lyrics and melody come at the same time. It's just the way that they come. I actually hear the instrumentation and all of that. It's weird, I know, but that's not the point. The point is I was asking God, oh, this is so great. And I was so happy for her. And, we hugged when we first got there. And I said, welcome to your new life. And she was like, yeah, I do have a new life. And it was just a beautiful moment. And I was like, God, I want a new life. And lo and behold, I didn't realize, and I had no clue what a new life would entail for me. I didn't know that, just a few years after that, I would become blind, and I would leave my corporate career, and so many things would happen and shift and change. You gotta really be mindful when you're asking God for something new, because you never know how it's going to be delivered. In 2012, I asked him for a new life. In 2015, I asked him to contribute to a culture of creativity. 2016, I'm blind, and my whole world is flipped upside down and changing. So when we pray for something, we have to be very specific of what we pray for. Now, all of the things that I've been through, with the loss of my eyesight, the loss of my career, the loss of so many things, I've gained so much from that. I get to do what I love for work now, which is the biggest blessing any artist, singer, songwriter, whomever can have, can receive. It's such a blessing. And God just gave me more. He really did give me more. He gave me everything that I asked for, and it just gets better every day, and I'm so grateful. So More is that love song, to myself, that love song to the higher power, that love song that just says, I'm not going to squander this opportunity. I'm not going to toy with what I get from you because you give me so much. I don't have a choice. But even when I'm done, I have to give you more. You know, the beauty of this record is that it's raw, it's real, it was done in one take. One of my homeboys, great guitar player, Red, aka Laurel Perkins, is playing on the record. And it literally, the record came from a jam session in the studio. We initially weren't gonna record this record. This was never supposed to be a thing. But we were singing through it and we were on Instagram Live, and lo and behold, we had a record. I was very mindful not to toy with a lot of the parts of the record. I was not going to do too much pitch correction. Well, we didn't do any pitch correction. All we did was add some reverb and mix it. Did a very light mix on it. We did not do much to the vocal because I'm a firm believer that records, when you record a record is a moment. And you're capturing those moments. Those moments are timeless. When you toy with that is when you have this flash in the pan type for just 5 minutes type thing. And this record will live on forever. And I love that about it. It's classic, it's real, it's raw, and it's about unadulterated love, you know? And that is what I love about the record. Written by myself, basically produced by Laurel Perkins, aka Red, and Super Mario. So I hope you guys will go and listen to it. It really is a vibe. It kind of sends you off, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So remember, when nobody else loves you, you gotta love you more. Be better, y'all.